Hey everybody, my name is Lieutenant Dessler for Two Hands Too Many Games, and while I'm sitting and waiting for my bus to go home, I thought I'd do a video and more or less a review. I haven't done something like this, well, a video of this before. I have done minor reviews on Steam and made posts up on Facebook making my displeasure known about microtransactions. Microtransactions are a complete waste of time, and unfortunately the AAA developers and the studios that make these games are making it difficult for gamers to actually play the game for what it is, which is a game. I wrote my displeasure for Shadow of War and their microtransaction system for a single-player system. Games are games. They're meant to tell a story, unless there are games that are multiplayer, like Battlefield, Call of Duty, the original Star Wars Battlefront on the PS2, as well as I think it was like PS3. Microtransactions, this loot box system, you know, that came out with Overwatch, again, Shadow of War, and now Battlefront 2 is doing this microtransaction bullshit that in order for you to get new characters, get fucking Darth Vader, Darth Maul, or any of those things, you either have to grind out a certain number of hours, and that's fine. I am completely okay with grinding out hours, don't get me wrong. I think that's an amazing thing. If you want something that badly, play the game. But the pay to play or pay to win, that bullshit doesn't fly. It doesn't make the game better. It makes the game cheatable, and I'm gonna do that in air quotes again, cheatable, for people that are just too fucking lazy. Sorry, but if you're gonna do a loot box system, it shouldn't be to pay to win. It shouldn't be pay to play. If you're gonna do something that is loot box like that, or a microtransaction system like that, and while this is not a great example, because they started out very well with this, and then they kind of changed their platform, would be Defiance. Defiance had small microtransactions, but the microtransactions were cosmetic, purely cosmetic. And you couldn't pay to win, you couldn't get these high-grade weapons, you couldn't get weapons that you could earn later on if you play through the higher game. Good example of that would be Ghost Recon Wildlands, which was bad for that. Granted, I probably paid to get like a certain weapon, and that was pretty much about it, and it was a weak weapon, it wasn't a great weapon either. But these microtransaction things, it's starting to get really, really out of hand. I mean, Hearthstone, Blizzard does it, Overwatch fucking does it. What other games do I know? Shadow of War, Battlefront 2. I'm sure that there are many, many, many more games, and I have a feeling this started out with all the mobile app stuff, where you have games like Mobile Strike, or you got fun games, you know, like fucking Tetris. My god, Tetris has microtransactions, just so you can get power-ups and shit. Why can't we just play the game for what it is? A game. And in terms of AAA titles, my god, you guys. Develop a story. Develop something that makes gamers want to buy your product. Make a game that is not based on buying massive amounts of DLCs that will eventually cost more than the initial game itself. It shouldn't. It really shouldn't. Fuck. When I heard what happened with StarCraft 2, fuck, I was pissed. StarCraft 2 was originally supposed to be all 3 campaigns, all in fucking one. And then what did they do to split it up into 3 parts? But my understanding is, when they did that, is that they focused on each campaign for what it was. A story. You weren't paying to win. You weren't paying to play. you know, for certain things. If you want to buy anything cosmetic for StarCraft 2 as a, you know, microtransaction, it's purely cosmetic. You don't get any benefits out of it, and you don't get this crap that everyone is now raging about. I know I'm a little ragey right now, but that's mainly because half of my head is killing me because I got smoked in the face with a tomahawk yesterday, or 2 days ago. Goes to show where my brain is right now. But games are meant to tell a story. That's the whole point of this thing. It's meant for entertainment. It's not to pinch every penny out of your system, every penny from your wallet, money that you've hard earned. And I find that it's disgraceful of AAA title games, producers, companies, whatever, that build these games and give the bare minimum. Where are the games of old where everything was in it? And if you need an expansion, you're paying for an extra CD that's just got the extra content, but everything is more or less there. I mean, again, look at the original Warcraft 2. Warcraft 2, you had the initial game, Warcraft 2: Tides of Darkness, and then you got the expansion, the Dark Portal, and then you got an extra which had 256 extra levels. Fuck, I had that. I paid for it. But that was all the content there. And it's saddening to see that people don't do this stuff anymore. They don't develop full games. Fallout is bad for it now. Microtransaction for that bullshit. Anyways, I gotta get going. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.